Okay, let's see if I set this up correctly. Hello, hello. You can see my table. Look at my advanced setup here. Streamer has hands. Streamer is doing their absolute best to not make this an accidental face reveal. Because I'm in my pajamas and everything. Hand reveal. I want this Technoblade callback. There's an elbow reveal. How's the audio? Can you hear both me and the music? And is the music not too loud? You've seen my face. Why is chat so low? Hold on. Why is chat like sunken? There we go. You've seen my face. I've posted cosplay selfies. For sure. Yeah, okay, I haven't like audio primed this room. This is the best audio quality we are going to get, I'm afraid. Unless you have an idea on how to reduce the echo. Okay, music a little bit loud, I'll turn it down a bit. I don't know what to do about the echo. Wait, why is there an echo? This is the exact same setup I always use. No. Do I seem further away? Oh, hold on. I think I know what this is. Hold on. Okay, one sec. I think I know. Is there still an echo when I don't do this? Because I think it might be my desktop audio coming through. Is the echo still present at this very moment? It's still there. Okay, never mind. It wasn't. Then it's not. What? I didn't change my mic settings. What happened to my mic? Okay, what about now? Okay, apparently, I think it's just my mic settings. I'm gonna be real. I think it's just my mic settings. I think my mic settings are just being weird. Yeah. Yeah, you might just have to deal with it. It's fine. Look at my paintbrushes. Look at all these paintbrushes I've got here. It's not bad. Well, I'm turning the music back on. Hold on. I'm actually, right now I'm closer to my mic than I've ever been in my entire life. I am nearly deep-throating this mic right now. You're just gonna have to deal with it. It's a little bit of a scuffed stream. Here's we're gonna do some painting today. You're being so mean, Floor. Hand reveal. We're gonna do some painting today. Okay, so hear me out. The streamer does have tonsils, yes. So I'm gonna show you what we're working on. Have fun eating and showering. Okay, so this is my my shoulder piece. This is a piece of shoulder armor. I think it's hard. Honestly, it's pretty hard to show this without it looking ridiculous, because this is how it's going to look. This is my shoulder. I can't demonstrate it without revealing my entire fucking face. But this is going to fit on the shoulder. Like so. Like so. Yeah, who made that with me? Some guy called Bug Boy. Yes, perfect. And then that's my shoulder piece, and then I made some arm braces, basically. These I can actually put on, because they're gonna look like this. Where's my camera? There it is. I'm wearing them wrong, don't mind me. It's like this. Wither blade, yes. 2 of them, actually, I made. What's the chunk of the side? That's a good question. This is I got the pattern online. It's supposed to be facing, let me see, inward. Like this. Also, let me show this. My mouse map is the oh god, it's full of crumbs because I eat at my computer all the fucking time. It's the Philza hardcore map. There's the Technoblade statue. It's a Philza, it's a piece of Philza merch. So it's his entire hardcore world that he's currently on, a drawing of it, and he made a Technoblade statue on that world, so it's also on the map. It's a very, very cool piece of Philza merch. Anyways, so that's what we're gonna paint today. Did I get it specifically? Not really. I got it because I needed a mouse map around the time that Philza was selling this, and I do still like Philza. And I mean, it does have a Technoblade reference on it, which does make it more appealing to me. But also, it's a very nice mouse map. It's very big, and it's good quality. Ooh, I have some random lo-fi streamer safe music on the background, so I guess we're getting some sound effects for some reason. Okay, so I got these acrylic paints in purple, and then I got some really fancy, nice purple acrylic paint because we're doing netherite effect. Now, I'll pretend to be a professional. I'm not a professional, but I'll pretend to be a professional for a moment and give you all a piece of advice. And the piece of advice is you probably should not paint your Eva foam. You know what? I'm gonna start with this one. You probably should not paint your Eva foam. It's copyright free music. That's the entire point. You probably should not paint your Eva foam with a brush. The best way to paint Eva is with spray paint or airbrush paint. Because then you don't get like the brush streaks. But I'm gonna be so real, I do not own that, I can't afford that, and I'm too lazy to buy it. And in my experience, honestly in my experience, if you take your time painting and you do it well, the brush strokes really are not that visible or obtrusive. You can tell that Pastas is having a delay because their responses are coming so late. Let me get this open. The brush strokes can be nice. Usually it depends kind of on what you're making. Ooh, my fingers are already purple. I'm just realizing that I did not foresee any paper towels or anything like that. So that's going to be, it's so much. Holy shit, I'm already covered in purple paint. Oh, this was a mistake. Oh, I didn't bring any paper towels. Oh god. Oh god, okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Amazing start. Amaze. We got some of those classic everyday zakdoekjes. There we go. This is stream safe music, yes. Okay, I'm gonna put that down here. Crisis averted. So I don't know how long this stream is going to be because I have other stuff to do in a little bit. So we'll see how far we'll get with the painting. God, there's so much fucking paint everywhere already. Great, beautiful. I love that for me. Look at this. I don't know if the camera can pick this up though. It's like a very nice metallic glimmery purple. And it's so nice. It's a really good paint for netherite. Because we want to pretend that it's netherite armor. Oh, I'll show you. If I have time, I will also do some touch-up work on my sword. Let's see if I can. It's too big to be in frame. This is like the sword I made. Well, it's not a sword I made, to be fair. It's a LARP sword that I bought, and then I repainted it, and I added like the ender eye and stuff. I have an axe as well, but the sword is less cumbersome, so I think I'm gonna bring the sword to Twitchcon. This is a different purple paint though, it's less purple than the one I'm going to use now, so I might do another layer of the purple. You've seen that one? Yeah, you have. This is like one of the first swords I made. Or like weapons I made. So we're just gonna do this and see where we end up. And meanwhile we're gonna yap a little bit. And we're gonna yap about whatever we want to yap about. So if anybody has anything they want to yap about, please do. Your work has bees. That's not nice. I don't know about that. I'm like trying to do this in a way that the camera can pick it up. Because I'm like inclined to go paint over here, but then you guys can't see it. So maybe I'll do it like this. I want to make sure people can actually see the painting process. Otherwise, like, what's the point? Bye, pastas. Have fun. How was my week? My week has been actually it's only Tuesday. What do you mean how was my week? It's only Tuesday, Johan. Is this wishful thinking on your part? It's only Tuesday. There's been work drama. I've been back at work for one day and there's already been work drama. It's the same old. But I've been pretty good, personally, honestly. They are swarming up a tree. It feels like it is later in the... They are swarming up a tree. Glenn, have you considered calling, like, the fire extinguishers? Not the fire extinguishers. In Belgium, you call the fire fighters to deal with bees. I don't know if that's true for wherever you live. I don't know where you live. I've definitely never visited you, and I'm not doxing you on my stream. But I don't know if you also do. I don't know if you can tell. It's like a little bit streaky right now, but it's fine for the first layer. We don't mind if it's a little bit more streaky on the first layer, because we are gonna do several layers anyway, and that's going to make it less streaky. How was my Monday, my Tuesday? My Monday, I was off work yesterday, so I made a cape. I made my cape, which I can also show in a little bit. It's not finished yet, but I made a cape for this cosplay. And then I vibed a little bit, but it was nice. I have a story about bees, actually, in a minute. That happened yesterday. I have work drama if you want to hear, please. This is ASMR for the ICS. Also, please give me work drama. I love hearing about other people's work drama. If you have bees, you gotta deal with it. I'm terrified of bees. I would not know how to deal with bees. Why am I putting this on this side? I'm making my life more difficult than it needs to be. This work drama is crazy. Okay, let us hear it. Let us hear it, Len. Let me also, by the way, hold on. The music was too loud on my end. It might be too soft on your end now, but it was way too loud on my end. There we go. The cape is cool. Ah, thank you. Your Monday was horrible. I hate to hear it, college. Okay, now I'm locked in. Now I'm locked in, because now the music isn't like so loud that I can't think anymore. It was pretty bad a moment ago. I hope I have enough paint for like all these things, because I don't have a second tin. Well, fingers crossed we'll make it. You don't mind soft music? Yeah, the music was super loud a moment ago. No work drama, but a colleague is leaving my workplace, so there'll be more work for me. That sucks. That sucks, bug boy. That's basically what's happening at my work. They're cutting cost, and cutting cost means they are firing people and they're not replacing people. And that's great and all, like I love that for them, slash sarcasm, love that for them, but also maybe they should make sure that if they want the same amount of work to be done with less people, there's gonna have to be a few changes, you know what I mean? Okay. Can you guys, oh actually that picks up on the camera pretty well. You can see the difference between the purple and the black. And actually you can see the brush strokes, there's some brush strokes. We're gonna work on that a little bit for the second and third layer, but it's actually not that bad. And people they want to have no brush strokes, but honestly, I find like they're not that, in the full, maybe if you're cosplaying and your entire cosplay is an armor, like you're doing like a character from Fallout and your entire cosplay is entirely made out of EVA foam, I think brushstrokes are definitely more of an issue then. But since my cosplay is like a bunch of pieces and there's just like a few little armor ornaments, personally I feel like the brushstrokes are not that big an issue, because people are like, they're also looking at your wig and your clothes and stuff like that, so like, it's not that bad. So we're gonna let this dry, this first thing. I'm gonna get started on this. Okay, let's see. Work drama. One of the guards got a text message containing someone touching themselves, fully non-safe for work. It was an unknown number, and when he demanded to know who sent it, the person said he would never know. So he stuck the number in Cash App, and it popped up a different guard I'll call N. He confronted N, and N was like, it was just a joke. Original guard, I'll call him A, was pissed, called his boss, and said he would kill N next time he saw him. But wait, there's more! Yeah. You know what I saw? Somebody who... I'm so sad I don't have this, and I don't know where to get it in time for Twitchcon, because Twitchcon is next weekend. But I saw somebody who used like charcoal powder. So they did like a layer of paint, and then they used charcoal powder, and added a bit of charcoal powder, and then like to the wet paint, and then like with a sponge or with some sandpaper, they like brushed it off basically. But that makes for a very nice like withered looking effect. And I kind of feel like that would have been really nice for this armor, because it's wither blades. We're going for a bit of a worn effect. The way I was describing it to my mom while I was making the cape. So like I was making the cape and my mom was helping me a little bit, and I was doing like the frayed bottom edges, and she was like, you making it look like it's like torn and destroyed. I was like, yeah, that's what it has to look like. And she doesn't know Technoblade that well. She knows Technoblade because I yap about him, but she doesn't know Witherblade. So the way I explained it to her, I was like, yeah, he's like that. He's kind of like a zombie. Witherblade is not like a zombie, but you know, because he's Witherblade, he has like the withering effect. The way I explained it to my mom, I was like, he's like a zombie that has risen from the grave a little bit. That's the only way I knew how to describe it to my mom. So that's why everything, his clothes and stuff, have to look a little bit like withered, a little bit grungy. I would recommend doing one rough layer and then dry brushing over it. Exactly. Who up with these guards? What is this, the Academy from the Flight SMP? Yeah, I'm not even asking why Len's job has a guard. I thought Len worked at a tourism office, but maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, it was a gas station? Is it normal for gas stations to have guards in the US? Who am I? Who am I kidding? Probably. Okay, this is a little bit tricky because we need to get under here. A told D, the boss, all this, and D tried to laugh it off. N was not banned from coming here or fired. I only found out when N came back to work. He was a floater, so he wasn't always here. I messaged Big Boss over everyone and asked, do you think that's a good idea? After that argument. And Big Boss was like, what argument? So I explained everything to her and she was like, huh, I'll get back to you on that, because D never reported it. Damn. That's a nice little bit of sexual harassment that they try to brush under the rug there. That's real classy of them. Oh, because it's state property, fair enough. Yeah, that's wild. Also, okay, so I don't use Cash App. I don't think Cash App is very much a thing here. Real question. That's so fucking... Like, what happened is terrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's... I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at that part. But I think it's very funny that he could put that guy's number in Cash App and it just showed who it was. It's like, it seems like a major oversight on Anne's part. Like, fuck Anne, obviously. I'm glad his ass got exposed. No, I'm not glad it's... Oh my god. No, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that, Shay. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't say it like that. It's good that they found out who sent the message, but you know what I mean. But boy, weren't you gonna take a shower and eat? Why are you still here? Alright. Okay, this is... There we go. And like I heard this morning that D is now in trouble because he hasn't been doing other things he was supposed to do. Damn. No, you can eat in front of the PC. I was just concerned. I forgot to eat today. My coworkers had to feed me. They were very nice. They were very nice to give me some food because I forgot to eat like all day. And then it was like 3 p.m. and my coworker was like, Shane, you kind of look like you're about to fucking faint. What's going on? And I said, oh, it might be because I haven't eaten anything and it's 3 p.m. She was like, what the hecky? And then she pulled out, I'm not even kidding, she pulled out a whole ass chicken skewer. And she was like, yeah, I just brought this in case I got peckish, but I brought 2, and I only ate 1, so you can have the other one. And I didn't even ask her why she had a chicken skewer with her at work. I was just like, yes ma'am, give that to me. Honestly, kinda based. And sucks so much. He's racist and misogynistic. He loves to talk about how he doesn't bait and women like his natural musk. Bro is trying to make it by alpha pheromones. Honestly, it's not working out for him. Okay. This is starting to look, you can, on the camera, it looks way more brushstrokey than it does IRL. Trust me. It looks even less brushstrokey IRL. It's looking pretty netherite-y. We can also go over it with some sandpaper. It can also be nice to kind of smooth it out a little bit. What should I draw? You should draw me. An alpha protecting his mixed chicken. Guys, I'm so excited for TwitchCon. It's like, and that's very funny because I'm poor right now. I don't have a lot of money right now due to some circumstances. So I'm definitely not going to be able to spend much money on TwitchCon, but that's fine, because there's a lot of fun free things to do at TwitchCon. There's a drag race at TwitchCon, there's streamers at TwitchCon. What even happens at TwitchCon? Okay, so TwitchCon is a bit of a hybrid between a anime/manga convention type situation and Yo, buy me burger. That's very sweet, Bushka. It's a bit of a combination between like an anime manga type situation and like I don't know, a streamer conference. So TwitchCon has events. So there's like panels you can go see, shows you can go see. They do like what's it called? MCC live from TwitchCon. Though I never go to watch that because I don't watch MCC anymore. Whoopsie. If Technoblade was alive and he was playing MCC live, I would be front row seat. He would not be there. Bro would not be at TwitchCon. Bro never went to TwitchCon. Like, can you imagine a Technoblade meet and greet? Bro did not care. Team Blue Bats. Who is in Team Blue Bats? Scott, I'm assuming. Who else? Who else is in Team Blue Bats? That's a cute team name, by the way. I like that. Okay, let's see. I think we got a pretty decent first layer for this one. Zeke, I see that DM and don't even joke about that. I do not. But yeah, so TwitchCon has an artist alley, which is kind of a pretty typical like artist alley with independent artists who make fan art and that kind of stuff. Then they have free events, panels you can go. We usually go to the drag race. They usually have like a drag show. They usually have like a drag show with like drag streamers who stream in drag as well, and they have like a live show, which is really fun. There's other panels, and there's like little events and things you can do, photo shoot events. There's live music, there's like live performances. They have like 3 stages, and there's always something going on each stage. And like, here's the thing as well, right? For me and Book Boys specifically as well, if you're a cosplayer, then sometimes going to Heis or going to like a convention is the event. Because we used to also go to the Renaissance Fair, and we would not really do that much of the activities, but we would be in our cosplay, and we would just like walk around. So that's actually kind of what we do in free attention. To be fair, it is a little bit, we're cosplayers. I'm not even gonna pretend it's not a little bit about getting attention, but it's more like, it's like showing off your craft, right? So you just walk the floor and talk to people. There's these people who have been coming to every Twitchcon who are really big Technoblade fans. The first time I met them, they were in Dream SMP cosplay too, but afterwards they were in different cosplays, but they always recognize me. And they've seen like all my Technoblade cosplays in person, and they always get really excited to see the next one. So I'm really hoping they'll be there too this time. Let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, Lan, I'm really sorry that happened, honestly. Team Blue Bats, let's see. Scott, Owen, Shelby, and Pyro. The core 4 vamps. That's cute. Are they all going to be at TwitchCon in person? Should I go get their autograph? Yeah, Bushka is not going with us this time. It's very sad. When will you play Inscription again? Soon. Where's my other fucking... Oh, never mind. The core 4 vamps will be in person, yes, and they're gonna web. I'll try and see if I can hunt them down for you, Floor, and ask for an autograph or something like that. Okay, so I guess this is going to become officially like a TwitchCon themed stream now. I've had interactions with Scott before. I've had 2 interactions with Scott before. You think? Here's the thing. Scott and the Hermits walk the floor. Philza doesn't walk the floor anymore. Philza walked the floor the first time I went to TwitchCon, but bro got absolutely annihilated. And now he can't walk the floor anymore. Maybe they can't walk the floor anymore either. I've even seen Grian walk the floor at TwitchCon, which feels very risky, because I feel like Grian is pretty popular. Scott said he's gonna be busy. Oh yeah, maybe he like constantly has panels. That also makes sense. So, we'll talk about TwitchCon for a little bit. When do we get a Shay meet and greet? You get a Shay meet and greet whenever you want, and you know it. So my first TwitchCon was in Amsterdam, and it was 2022. Yes, 2022, because it was the year that Technoblade died. I know he's on a panel. He's on at least one panel. I saw him on at least one panel. It was the summer Technoblade died, and you know what was extra? It's like I made my entire Technoblade cosplay, and so not to be depressing, we just like talking about Technoblade. We all knew he had cancer, but I didn't think he was going to pass away. I made a Technoblade cosplay and I bought tickets for TwitchCon. And TwitchCon was going to be very Dream SMP focused. We're talking about TwitchCon. It's going to be very Dream SMP focused, because, you know, Dream SMP was in its fucking prime in 2022. So, like, people I saw at this TwitchCon, not people I personally met, but people I saw at this TwitchCon include George Not Found, Sapnap, of all fucking people, Tommy Innit, Ranboo, Tubbo, Wilbur, the man who will not be named, Philza, who else was there from like the Dream SMP cast? I think Nikki Quackity was there, like this is, Fundy was there, Nightmare Blonde rotation, and I have to tell you, most of these people do not come to TwitchCon anymore. Especially not TwitchCon Europe. Like, Fundy and Nikki are both European, and neither of them comes to TwitchCon Europe anymore. Tommy Innit does not come to TwitchCon anymore. The only Ronbo does not come to TwitchCon anymore. Mom has met streamer IRL, so true. Like, it's very funny to me. The only people from the Dream SMP who still, like, consistently come to TwitchCon are Philza and Tubbo. And they don't really talk about about Dream SMP when they're here, which, like, obviously, and as is their full right. I would also just not talk about the Dream SMP anymore if I was on it. But I always think it's funny that, like, Fundy doesn't even fucking come to TwitchCon anymore. It's in his country. That guy is from the Netherlands. They do TwitchCon Europe in the Netherlands, and bro does not even bother showing up. Iconic, honestly. Love that for him. Scott's not listed on any of the events other than MCC from what I can see. I'll have to check in a minute. Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought I saw him on a panel. But yeah, so 2022 is the first year I went to TwitchCon. It was a summer Technoblade died. I made my entire Technoblade cosplay. I got my tickets for TwitchCon. I was so excited to go. I was geared up. I was locked in. And then bro died. And I was fucking crying like crazy. And also I was like, can I still go to TwitchCon? He already gave up on drawing. Yeah, I thought you were gonna draw me, Johan. I didn't think, I was like, should I even go to TwitchCon in my Technoblade cosplay? It felt like, I didn't know, I had like this moment of thinking it was disrespectful, or like, I don't know, I didn't. I was really worried about that for a little bit. Yeah, the people from the Red Bin sat in VC for like 2 days straight. Like, there was always somebody in there. We would come and go if we had, like, other things to do, but there would just constantly be people in there, just, like, talking and just, like, being together. I remember because Technoblade's video, or actually Technodad's video, dropped in the middle of the night for me. And I remember because my mom does not wake me up, usually, because I'm a fucking adult. And that morning, my mom woke me up. And she woke me up and she was like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, good morning. And then she almost immediately told me because she didn't want me to go online and see. She woke me up because she didn't want me to pick up my phone and, like, see, basically. She wanted me to hear it from her. Which was very nice of her. Then I did pick up my phone and I saw the video, and I also saw that, like, so many people had DM'd me, which was really sweet. I don't remember a ton of details, because I really was, like, very upset. So some of the details have become fuzzy over time, but I do remember that, like, a lot of people DM'd me and DM'd my blog and stuff. I think that was really nice. I was home alone and just cried for 2 days straight alone. And then my mom came home and I sipped it up. Hi, Zeke Mom. I'm sad, Floor. I get that, but also that's sad. My mom didn't really get it, but she also understood that, like, I would care. And I think that was really nice of her. But yeah, so anyways, that first TwitchCon was going to be very, like, Dream SMP themed. And so I was gonna wear my Technoblade cosplay, and when he died, I was like, am I still going to do this? Is this, like, disrespectful now? How are people gonna feel? And I thought about it for a little bit, and then with the encouragement of my friends as well, I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna do it. I think it's fine. I think it could be like a tribute, almost like I'm not doing it, like, in a disrespectful way, blah blah blah, I'm gonna do it. So I did, and I went to my I went to TwitchCon in my Technoblade cosplay, and it was really really emotional. We're not gonna dwell on it too much because I don't want to start crying on stream. But it was a really nice, and that was my first TwitchCon, and that was a TwitchCon. Like I said, people from the Dream SMP came from America to be at this TwitchCon. So we had people like Sapnap and George Not Found, and Sneak. I met Sneak. He's not on the Dream SMP, but he was there. Fundy, Nikki, Quackity came all the way to the Netherlands. Ranboo was there. It's so crazy to think about, honestly, that like they all came all the way there just to be on this TwitchCon, and they had like a whole panel about the Dream SMP. Good luck, Lan. And we went to that panel and they had like a tribute for Technoblade. That they, honestly, when I think about it, they had to put that together pretty last minute, so good job on them. Why does this one look so much brighter than that one? It's not, it just looks that way. That's gonna go over here. It's gonna go over here. Oh! I spilled some paint on my desk, but almost nothing on Filza, so we're good for now. Maybe lighting, yeah. Then in 2023, they took TwitchCon to Paris. Oh no, Floor, no! No! My Blorbo, no! So in 2023, so you know what's interesting? This is funny actually. So TwitchCon Europe is supposed to be traveling around, because Europe is pretty big. And they were like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna travel around and we're gonna go to a different country in Europe. It's always Western Europe, let's be real, but like a different country in Europe each time. So that year, the 2022 was in the Netherlands, it was in Amsterdam, which is about 3.5 hours away from where I live. So I got a hotel and I went with a sibling of mine who is not Bugboy. And then they were like, okay, so now we're gonna, at the end of TwitchCon, they announce where the next TwitchCon is going to be, right? So at the end of TwitchCon 2022, they were like, okay, and now we're gonna announce where TwitchCon 23 is going to be in Europe. TwitchCon Europe 2023. And I was like, okay, I hope it's like still close by enough that I can go. And they were like, TwitchCon Europe 2023 is going to be in Paris. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's close by enough, but I hate the French. So I'm not gonna go there. You can't catch me dead in France. So I didn't go. I didn't go to TwitchCon 2023 because it was in fucking Paris and I didn't want to go to fucking Paris. I'm so sorry. I went to Paris. It's lovely. I didn't go that time, but I did. I've been to Paris before and it's lovely, but I hate speaking French. I'm so bad at it. Bonjour. Bonjour. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Anyways, I don't know why I did that. That was wild. My brain just threw that at me. Oh, look at these little edges down here. This one looks so... This one is coming out real nice. I'm not gonna lie. The lighting makes it look more birchmarky than it is, but it's coming through real nice. I'm a big fan of this. So I was like, okay, we're not gonna go to TwitchCon 2023 because we're not gonna go to Paris. That's too bad, but you know, it is what it is. And then at the end of TwitchCon Paris, they were like, okay, we're gonna announce where TwitchCon 2024 is going to be in Europe. And we were like, okay, so they did the Netherlands. So maybe they're gonna do like Germany, or maybe even Belgium if we're very lucky. Or maybe, like, I think Rome was floated. People were like, oh, they're gonna go to Italy or Spain this time. Okay, we're just straight up painting my hand now, but I guess this is the only way we're gonna be able to get this done, so... I'm gonna paint the hand a little bit. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. I could wait? No. I don't like waiting. Patience is not my virtue, that's for sure. Okay. What was I saying? Right. So then at the end of TwitchCon 2023, they were like, we're going to announce where TwitchCon 2024 is going to take place. And I was like, oh god, please be somewhere I can go. And they were like, it's going to be in Rotterdam, which is also the Netherlands. It's just the Netherlands again, just a different part of the Netherlands. Actually, a part of the Netherlands that's even closer to where I live than Amsterdam was. I was like, that's weird, because I thought they were going to travel around and do different places in Europe. But that's okay. I think the Rotterdam is actually better for it, and I will tell you in a second why. And then we went to TwitchCon 2024 in Rotterdam, and it's only like 2.5 hours from where I live, so that's magnifique, perfecto. And then at the end of TwitchCon Rotterdam, they were like, actually, we're gonna do it in Rotterdam for 4 years. 5 years, actually. Like, every TwitchCon is going to be in this building for the next 5 years. So we had TwitchCon 2024 in that specific venue, and then we had TwitchCon 2025, I went to that one, and now we're having TwitchCon 2026 in that venue, and we are guaranteed that TwitchCon Europe 2027 and 2028 are also going to be in the exact same venue in Rotterdam. I have a theory. My theory is, if you look at a map of Europe, I think the Netherlands is honestly a pretty good, like, middle ground. The Netherlands is kind of like in the middle of Western Europe. So it's like, it's a good, because the entire thing is like, the idea of switching which country you use is cute. But the problem is, like, if you are in Spain, then people who have to come, like, all the way from Denmark have quite a bit to travel, right? And if you are in Denmark or in the UK, well, the UK is even a different problem. If you're in Denmark, then people who are, like, from Spain have to travel pretty far. And the UK is also kind of a hard option because they had the whole Brexit thing, so traveling to the UK is not as easy anymore as it used to be. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Look at this. I think we need to let this dry for a hot second. God, my hands. Bro decided to do a touch of painting. My theory is that they made a bulk. Yes, I mean, obviously they did. But I think they discussed this bulk deal because they were like, okay, so traveling around is harder. So the Netherlands is more or less, I'm gonna actually do this side a little bit. Traveling around, the Netherlands is like nice and central. So everybody can just come to the Netherlands. It's a pretty easy place to travel to. And Rotterdam is cheaper than Amsterdam because Amsterdam is the capital city. So usually a capital city is more expensive to book a hotel and all that kind of stuff. So honestly, I think Rotterdam was kind of a good choice. And the fact that it's only like 2 hours away from me, 2.5 hours, is a very nice coincidence. All the CC I watch like that, it's in Denmark. I think people like it. It's not in Denmark. It's in the Netherlands. But people do like it a lot, yeah. The same thing. Should we go for the sword? Let's go for. Now you've insulted the Danish people in the chat. You know what? As this dries, let me put this away for a moment. Let me show you something different. So this is the varnish I'm gonna use once it's done. We're gonna spray this on top. And then I got this. These are fabric markers. So this is the gold one. This is a gold fabric marker. You can't really see it on the camera, but it has like a really nice sparkling effect to it. The idea is that I'm gonna put it on my cape. Do you guys want to see my cape? Am I gonna pick up this webcam and make this a vlog? That's the real question. Dutch. You're thinking about Dutch. The word you're thinking about is Dutch, Floor. Floor, I love you, but you're being so American right now. Okay, hold on. I need to take my headphone off for this. 1 second. I'm not gonna put that in the pane. I'm not that stupid. Actually, before I do that, let me show you something else. I dropped something. So, you see this? These are gonna be my little horns. So you see how my character has like the little horns from the forehead? That's these, they're prosthetic. I need to cut them out. And then I can paint them white. And they're gonna go on my forehead. I need to get them out. That's not for now though, I just have them here. Let me lay my cape down for a moment. Not down on the paint, I'm not stupid. They do, because right now they're skin colored. I need to paint them. Ouch. Let me try and briefly vlog this in a way that doesn't dox me, okay? So we're going to move, don't freak out. Okay. Oh my god. This is the cape I made. Wow, the lighting really sucks in this place, as does the everything. But this is the cape I made, and I made it look very frayed on the edges. See? Ugh. That was real stupid. Let's never do that again. Should I vlog TwitchCon? How did I get paint on my... Oh my god, there's paint everywhere. How the fuck did I manage that? Wild. Absolutely wild. There you go. Probably. But yes, anyway, that's the cape I made. Is this dry yet? I think this is fine. This needs to be on here for a moment. Okay. This is okay. We're gonna do a vlog on TwitchCon. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna live stream on TwitchCon. That sounds bad. That sounds like a lot of problems. Love you, Missy. Okay, let's go for a second layer on this baby. I feel like I was talking about something else and I completely got distracted. That's okay. That's usually how it is. I was actually thinking a vlog would be kind of fun. I don't want to live stream. First of all, I don't want to live stream off my phone. My phone battery is kind of fucked. And I feel like my phone battery is not going to survive an attempt at a live stream. I'm gonna be so for real. Secondly, it sounds like a lot of work. Yes, well, yeah, I mean, that story was more or less over, right? I think it just makes sense for them to do it in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a very central location. They probably made a bulk deal for 5 years. The hotels are rather cheap in Amsterdam. In Rotterdam. It's like the restrictions on travel are pretty nice. Like the documents you need and stuff. Yeah, man, it's the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. I have to. They're practically my siblings. My relationship with the Netherlands is like a sibling relationship, honestly. They're like the annoying younger sibling or older sibling. We're talking about the Netherlands. They suck, but slash pause. I think a lot of Belgians have a lot of affection for the Netherlands. Don't freak out, I'm gonna turn on the lights real quick. Oh boy. That looks terrible, but I need it for a moment. Grilled cheese. You go to the Netherlands, they don't call it grilled cheese, they call it toasty. Which I think is kind of whimsical of them. Oh, because then I can see the brush strokes a little bit better. Like, hold it up to the light. They do that in Britain too, calling it a toasty. I was on my trip last week, remember? And I got a grilled cheese for lunch at a place, and we were in a city that's pretty like touristy. So there were a lot of tourists, and on the table next of us there were like 2 German tourists, and the German was just like, "Excuse me, do you speak German?" And I was like, "I do a little bit, yes, hi." And she pointed at my like grilled cheese, and she was like, "What is that? And how do I order it?" I was like, "You have never seen a grilled cheese before?" I'm pretty sure that exists in Germany. I'm pretty sure I've had a grilled cheese in Germany before. Why are you acting like you saw like God on my plate on a Tuesday noon? But I did tell them what it was, and she was marveled by the concept of the grilled cheese, and she ordered it, and she enjoyed it. And that was my good deed of the day. But I was a little bit entertained by the prospect of her not knowing what it was. Oh yeah, grilled cheese with ham. That's what I have. That's what we call what I mean when I say grilled cheese. I never have a grilled cheese that only has cheese on it. I think putting ham on it is like the standard. You don't like ham? Putting ham on it is like the standard. Here's a fun fact. So if you put ham on it, we call it croque monsieur, which is French. Croque monsieur. Monsieur means sir in French, like gentleman. Croque gentleman. And then you can also get a croque madame. I want everybody to guess what the difference is. Okay, so a croque monsieur is a grilled cheese with ham. What do you get when you order a croque madame? And if you actually know, don't answer. I want the I want people who don't know to guess. Okay. I need to get my... Where's my fucking... Where's my... Oh, never mind. Jelly? No. I got some wet wipes. They're for my hands, but they're also fitting. Banana? No, but you can get it with banana if you want. Not jelly either. Croque Madame is the croque monsieur, but with an egg on top of it. It's like a sunny side up egg. Yep. Like the oven. I don't know. I don't know why it's called that. But yeah, I guess because there's an egg there. And that makes it a croque madame. I actually don't like that. I don't like. You also can sometimes get a croque bolognese, which is a croque monsieur, so it's like a toasted bread with cheese and ham on it. And then it also has like bolognese sauce on it. Do you eat scrambled eggs? It's normal to eat scrambled eggs where I live, but I don't like them. I don't like a lot of eggs in general. I'm really picky when it comes to my eggs. I like boiled eggs. Boiled eggs can hit. But I don't really eat omelets or scrambled eggs or sunny side eggs or anything like that. I love a good boiled egg and I love deviled eggs. I don't know why I'm cleaning my hands this thoroughly, because I'm not dumb, but it feels nice to clean them for a bit. I like eggs, but they make me nauseous. I like deviled eggs, but I haven't had deviled eggs in years. I can't remember the last time I had a deviled egg. There we go. Okay, now we switch these two. Oh, it's sticking! Oh, never mind, it's not sticking. We're good. I immediately hit my mic. It's fine, we're good. Don't panic. Don't panic, class, don't panic. I say, being the only one who is panicking. We're good. This one. We're making some decent progress. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to finish this in, like, on stream, but definitely we are. Because I feel like the armor pieces are almost done. I forgot about the sanding paper though. I'll have to go look for that afterwards. How long will stream be? It won't be long. Not that long. At most, I'll be stopping in like about 40 minutes. But it's possibly I'll stop sooner. Because I'll just stop when I'm done with this. I need to go watch. That's the story I wanted to tell! Hold on. I have a story for y'all. No long stream, no, not today. You know what, Johan, just for you, I'll stream Inscription on Thursday, though. How about that? I need to finish Inscription. And I need to finish Dredge. I think we're one stream away from finishing Dredge, though. We've done pretty good on Dredge. Right, well, oh, okay. I don't like tomato soup or grilled cheese by themselves, but together at peak. I've never had them together, but I like them separately, so I'm sure I'd like them together. Yeah, Johan, don't say I never do anything for you. After you guys uprise against me and always joke about replacing me with Bug Boy and everything. Okay. That's looking pretty good. And now we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna try my little trick for a moment. Okay. I never apprise, I'm always under you. Ayo. Ayo. What was I gonna tell? Okay, oh no, story time. So I need to go in 40 minutes because I'm watching 911 with my mom. So 911, the new season dropped. Now, I'm sure some of you know this because I yap about hold on. Okay, can you guys see this? This is like the water I'm using, and it's become purple, but it's not just... Oh, the camera doesn't... It kind of catches this. So you know how they sometimes make those like magic potion thingies that have like golden swirls in them, so you stir them and the like swirls around? It has those little glitter in it. It has glitter in it. It looks magical. Maybe I should put this in a potion bottle and use it for the cosplay. Somebody did a drinking thing right now, and I'll drink this glass. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyways, I'm not drinking it. I'm drinking something else. I have some normal water here. "911. Okay, I'm sure you might have known it. If I shook a 2-liter bottle of Coke right now, will you do it? No, because first of all, how would I even know you're telling the truth? You could just lie and tell me you've shook a 2-liter bottle of Coke, and I'd never be able to verify that. Second of all, don't try to get me to drink poisonous stuff. Johan, you are an enigma to me. You want me to stream Inscription? Make sure I don't die. How about that? The pig won't prove anything, it will just be an empty bottle. You guys are weird. I'm never gonna get to my 911 story. Me and my mom, we started watching 911. So let me tell you, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, because I feel like I yap about this a decent amount to my friends. Here's what I love about 911. 911 is a fictional TV show about a bunch of first aid responders, like paramedics and firefighters, and cops. The thing about 911 is that they want every season on 911 starts or ends with the main cast basically having to respond to some sort of huge disaster. Right? Every single time they have to up the ante and make the disaster more ridiculous. Because, you know, after a while you've done your ridiculous stuff. Like, you start with car crashes. And then you have, like, a very large, like, fire or whatever. Like a... Ooh. There we go. The disaster should be no shade, that's catastrophic. So true. Like, every season they need to make the disaster more ridiculous. Because they've already done all the classics. They've done, like, huge apartment fire, multi-car collision, airplane crash, earthquake, tornado. Like, they've done all those things. They can't keep doing that. So they're on season 8 and they have 2 spin-off shows. They need to keep making the disaster more and more ridiculous. And they're running out of disasters. Because we've had comets. And we watched the new season just dropped. My favorite disaster was season 6, I think. Season 6 started with hacker takeover, and the hacker caused all sorts of disasters throughout the city, including like a breakout in the zoo. The meteor was pretty fun. I liked the meteor, but the hacker was better. The hacker caused like all sorts of like fucking disasters throughout the entire city. The hacker made sure the traffic lights weren't accurate anymore and all the cars crashed. And then the hacker released all the animals from the zoo. And the characters had to go catch the zoo animals. And, like, just ridiculous ass shit like that. And now Season 8 just dropped. So yesterday, me and my mom started watching Season 8. Rip you and your exams, Yuan. That's tragic. And Season 8 starts with one of my favorite disasters ever in the history of 911. It's a bee-nado. So it's a tornado, but it's made of bees. Because the season starts with this truck that is carrying 20 million killer bees. And the truck crashes. And the bees all escape. And it's also a heat wave, so it's like fucking warm as shit. And apparently the bees get really angry when it's warm, which #relatable. Kinda like that for them. And they get like crazy enraged. And they form a tornado and everything. And it's like a Sharknado but with bees. You just don't get lines like that in any other show. You mean there are 20 million angry bees? Said in all seriousness. Said with the gravity of somebody like proclaiming that they are going to like kill you. They're so serious about it too. I love that for them. Okay. This is looking pretty good. Could happen, by the way. Serious show, by the way. Not really a serious show. Not really a serious show. I think the reason I like 911 as a show is that it's because it's a little bit comedic. It's like a little bit of a comedy show. They're making fun of themselves a lot. And 911, so the original 911 is set in LA. And then they have a spin-off show which is called 911 Lone Star. And 911 Lone Star is set in Texas. And the normal 911 show is still ongoing. It's 8 seasons and counting, so the 8th season just dropped. And 911 Lone Star in Texas was like a self-contained spin-off of 5 seasons, and they just released the 5th season like a couple months ago. And then that's the woke one. I can talk about 911 Lone Star. Lone Star was really good. I really enjoyed Lone Star as well. And then we haven't watched this yet, but they finished 911 Lone Star a few weeks ago, and now they have a new spin-off called 911 Nashville, which is set in Tennessee. Yeehaw. And I hope they just keep going until every single American state has its own 911 show. I think they should just keep that up. I think they should just keep going. We can do 911. We can do 911 Woke Star. We can do 911. 911 Jersey Shore. We can do 911 The City That Never Sleeps. We can do 911 Hawaii 5-0. We can just keep going until every single... And then they have to keep coming up with disasters that are, like, state-specific. They're just kind of, like... Because, like, the Texas one has, like, a few, like, Texas-specific disasters. Not really Texas-specific, but Texas-specific. But, you know, they had, like, the cowboy kind of stuff going on. And, yeah, 911 Lone Star was super woke. I keep saying 999, it's 911. Jersey Shore, yeah, that would be funny. 911 Lone Star was really woke. No, 911 has always been pretty woke, which, for the record, woke/pause. We love to see it. 911 Florida, it's just genuinely the biblical apocalypse for real. 911 has always been, like, pretty woke. I mean, let's be real, it's still a cop show. It's still, pro-cop and all that kind of shit. Though, like, I have to say that 911 has, like, arcs that are about that. It's not more pro-cop than any cop show inherently is. And I do give them some credit. There's, like, the cop in the normal 911 show is a black woman, and she has a son who at some point in like school is like learning about police brutality, and like there's this whole conversation he has where he goes to his mom and he's like how can you be like a black person who willingly became a cop? Considering like the institution. And to be fair, they obviously they wave it away, being like, oh yeah, but you can be changed from the inside out and she's one of the good cops and blah blah blah. And I'm not going to get into that, let's be real, but I mean at least they brought up the conversation. I like that much. And 911 Lone Star, I definitely feel like they were trying to compensate for the fact that they were in Texas. 911 Lone Star had like several. There's like gay people. There's like there's a canonical trans character which was really cool, who was handled really well. Like a trans dude. A black trans dude even actually. Who was played by an actual black trans actor. So we love to see that. They have one character who I really like, who is she's one of my favorite characters on the show, actually. She's like a Muslim woman, and she wears the hijab. So, and that is plot relevant at several points, because she has like a special hijab that she has integrated into her firefighter uniform, so she can wear the hijab like while she's firefighting. And she is also very funnily enough, she's also a social media like content creator under the name Firefox, which I think is very cute. She has like a TikTok type page situation where she like vlogs about the life of being a firefighter, and she also vlogs about social justice and that kind of stuff. So like it's definitely a little bit like, sometimes it's a little on the nose, sometimes it's a little like, you know what I mean? Wow, never mind, I can't support TikTok. I don't know if it's TikTok or Instagram, it's something like that. I don't think it's canonically TikTok. I don't think it's canonically anything, because I don't think they're allowed to canonically say what kind of social media she's on. In one of the very last episodes of 911 Lone Star, they had this scene, which, for me, it perfectly encapsulates the vibe of like, okay, this feels kind of on the nose and ridiculous, but they have the spirit, so it makes me happy all the same. And that's like, there's this whole scene where this random kid tries to like, he's like trying to climb over this big ass fence thing, and he falls and he gets stuck, and he gets partly impaled actually and everything on the fence. And he's like 16 or whatever, because he was trying to impress, they were trying to impress their friends. Because they're non-binary, and they were like getting bullied by their peers a little bit, because they feel like an outsider, and their peers like basically, like threw for their time and were like, I dare you to climb on that thing. And they do, and they fall and they get impaled. And they get stuck, and it's pretty gnarly. And the paramedics have to come, and the firefighters have to come save this kid. And the black trans firefighter is actually the one who has to go up and like help him down. And while he's like cutting them loose, he's like talking to the kid, and he's like, you did this like to impress your friends. Like, I get it, being a teenager is hard, but like you shouldn't do dangerous things just to like impress your friends. Like, you should have friends who just like are nice to you and don't like make you like pressure you into doing crazy shit, so you won't feel ostracized by your friend group, blah 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 blah. And the non-binary kid is like you don't know what it's like to be an outcast. And that's already like a little bit funny, because this is like a white kid talking to a black dude, like, you don't know what it's like to be different than an outcast. I'm like, okay, hold on. Even if this guy wasn't trans, like, that's a out-of-pocket thing to say as a... I know you're a white teenager, and you're probably on Tumblr a lot, but like, slow down there, dude. He's like, you don't know what it's like to be different from your peers. Texas rap for real. And the firefighter is like, actually I do, because I'm trans. And the kid is like, you are? What? And then they have like this whole moment where he's like, I also had to fight to be who I am. But you can do it, you can get real friends, blah 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 blah. And like it was a good scene. I honestly like it's good rap, I'm not complaining, even if it was a little on the nose. You know what I mean? We're talking about 911. We're talking about trans rap. We love to see it. Yeah, 911 has always been like that, honestly. I appreciate it. Here's the thing, right? People are like, now it feels forced. Why are there so many, like, diverse people in Texas? I'm just like, who the fuck cares, bro? Who the fuck cares? I don't care if they were trying to pander to me. They're still putting canonical trans people on TV. I think it should be forced under threat of that. Yeah, some people were like, it kind of feels like they're very aware of the fact that they're setting is Texas, and they're trying to like pander to the like woke crowd a little bit. I'm like, I don't care. Even if it is a bunch of rich suits in a fucking TV studio somewhere who are like, hey, we need to have some diverse characters because it boosts our ratings. That's fine. Like, if the options are nothing or forced, I am taking the forced option. Yeah, it's like, even if they're the reason they included so many diverse characters, it's because they think it will boost ratings, and not because they were actually trying to, like, show a diverse crowd. I don't care. Because the end result is still that you have a show with a canonical trans character being played by a canonical trans actor. Boom. Like, what else do I care? I still have a show with a Muslim woman who is portrayed as a good person, as an extroverted person, as a very liberal and progressive woman who still wears a hijab because that's her personal choice. There you go. And I don't care if they only did that because they want to boost ratings. Like, she's still on TV for 5 seasons, you know what I mean? She has still been on that show for the entire 5 seasons. And she had character arcs, and she got to be the main character in her arcs, and, like, I don't care. I don't care if the motivations were boosting ratings. But she still exists. Everything is for ratings, it's TV. Is it in Dallas? I think it is in Dallas. Actually. I'm pretty sure the Lone Star is set in Dallas. I'd have to look it up to confirm. But that sounds about right for me. I mean, yes, it would be stupid to pretend like there's no diversity in Dallas. in Texas either, by the way. And they even, like, I'll give them the credit that, how many episodes are in the season? Like, 18, usually, around 18. I give them, like, credit as well, that they addressed that, because they addressed, like, specifically the fact that they are in Texas. So, like, I liked it. I'm tentatively excited to also watch the Nashville spin-off. I think that's going to be fun. The only thing that I'm curious about is the logic of doing Nashville right after Texas. Because from what I can tell, correct me if I'm wrong, Americans, but from what I can tell, the, like, vibes that they are trying to portray are kind of similar. Like, when I watched the trailer for, like, 911 Nashville, they were also doing the, like, cowboy thing. They were like, this is, like, a little bit more southern, and there's, like, cowboys, and we still like old school. We still like to do things old school. But that's kind of what they did with Lone Star. Does viewer have American viewers? Well, one of the people who is active in chat right now, and who I love so dearly, is literally American. Also, Len is American. Actually, Len is from Tennessee, which is the state that Nashville is in. Maybe they should want to include cowboys, but they had cowboys in Texas. Actually, it's really funny because they had, like, this random side arc for one of the main characters in Lone Star where he, like, found a horse that nobody could tame. Like, the horse would be, like, hostile and not let itself be ridden by anybody. And then the character had to, like, tame it with its good horse girl vibes, which was very funny. Well, if you are a fan of watching like paramedic type shows or like procedurals, I really think 911 is really good. I think 911 is really fun. It's pretty good, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also does know when to wrench at your heartstrings. It's a good combo. Okay, I think let me do this a little bit. I think these are done actually, so we might, and we have some time left. We might touch up the sword real quick. He had a horse girl arc, yeah. He had a whole arc where he. It's very funny. He had a whole arc where there was this stallion, and nobody could ride it, and it was going to be put down, and he was like, "No, don't put down the horse." And then he bought it, and then he had to like earn its trust, and the horse was mean, and he had to like fucking bond with it. And then at the end, the farm caught on fire, and he had to run into the burning building, and he was like, "Horsey! Trust me, let me ride you out of this fire." And the horse was like, "No, I don't trust you." It didn't say that, but it was implied. And then he was like, "If you don't trust me, we're both gonna die, because I won't leave you." And I guess the horse thought that was really nice. And was like, "Okay, that's a good vibe to have. I'll let you ride me." That could be this plot. I'm not gonna lie, there's been several scenes in 911 where I'm like, damn. This would make a killer fanfic moment, I'm not gonna lie. There's some good wump in those shows as well. There's some really good wump, if you're into that sort of thing. I need the light again, hold on. Nice. Texas is more Mexican influence, where Tennessee's more southeastern vibe. Yeah, I'm gonna... Criminal Minds is peak, let's be real. Criminal Minds is peak. I don't care that it's Cop again. The same goes for Bones. Bones is... I have a soft spot for Bones. Bones is one of those shows that doesn't really hold up when you watch it again. I have a lot of childhood nostalgia for Bones, because I used to watch it when I was younger, and I really have a soft spot for some of the characters and some of the, like, arcs in Bones. Even though it's Cop again. Don't be anti-Bones. I love Bones. Don't rewatch Bones when you're an adult, though. Don't rewatch Bones when you're old enough to know what's happening. Because some of the stuff is kind of bad, but some of the stuff is really good. I can't believe Flores and the Squintern. Remember when they would call them the Squinterns? God, that's my favorite one. The one where Hodgins and Brennan are in the car together. That's like baby's first wump. Because I think I was like super young when I first watched that. And that was like my wump awakening. I love that episode. It's just a good episode. And she has to like... It helps that Hodgins was my Blorbo. He's my favorite. So he had to like... They had to like operate on him in the car, and it's so good. And also later on he actually gets shot and he gets paralyzed from the waist down, which I also really like. Good arc. Good arc. Okay, these need to dry for a little bit. Cat, I love cat. Let's make some more potion here. Potion ASMR. ASMR, you come to my potion shop. Tell me what you want, and I'll craft you a potion. What if I just start doing ASMR? What if I just start doing Skyrim roleplay, huh? Is that what we're here for? I don't think anybody is here for that. There's paint everywhere. I would simply leave. Yes, do it. We're having opposing viewpoints in the chat right now. Skyrim on the Switch. I've never finished Skyrim. Skyrim suffers the same curse that so many open world games do for me, where I get distracted. I spilled on my pajamas. Oh no! That's fine. Who cares? It's pajamas. Can you guess which cat? Shane, Blaze, Ginger, or Jessie? I think Ginger. My guess is gonna be Ginger. Okay, let me get this sword here for a moment. Okay. These are gonna have to dry over there. I keep hitting myself with stuff. Oh, it's Shane. That's what's gonna be my second guess. How tragic. Okay. These need to fully dry, and then I'm gonna varnish, sandpaper them and varnish them. Off stream, obviously. But they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. And I'm glad you all kept me company through that. Now I'm gonna touch up this sword real quick. Let's see if you can see the difference. See how this paint is more grayish and it's like old paint? This is several years old. So we're just gonna give it a little wash over and I'm gonna wipe it off afterwards. But it's just to like stain it again. Like restaining the varnish. Because right now it's looking more purple than gray. It's this weekend actually. It's this weekend. No, it's made to do that, don't worry. It's special paint. It's special foam paint. So I have 3 days to walk from South Africa to the Netherlands. Yes, chop chop. Law and Order SUV was also Sheltered Classic, but definitely shouldn't have been. What was my mom watching the other day? My mom has been watching an old show. Oh, The Mentalist. My mom was watching this old show called The Mentalist, which is also like a procedural, cop procedural. And it's like, it's rough, because that guy isn't even a cop. He works with the cops, but he's not even a cop. That guy's just like a Sherlock Holmes type, like... I don't want to call him a psychologist. He's like a behavioral... He's like reading people's behavior, basically. It's not my favorite, I can tell you that much. Behavioral analyst. He's a scammer. I also watched all of Hawaii Five-0. Now that show is kind of crazy. Because I'll tell you, the two main characters on Hawaii Five-0 are two black dudes. White dudes, excuse me. They're two white dudes, but they're like they're in Hawaii. It's just like, okay. Okay, are we gonna address this? And the answer is no, they don't. And no, no, just no. Just no, actually. Hi, 5 was cringe half the time. Do you want to know the nickname for my cat Ginger? Yes, obviously. I love hearing it. Hawaii 5 is like Hawaii 5 has some good wump. I'll give him that much. And sometimes you do just want to watch good wump, but it's definitely like more propaganda than like some other cop shows. It is pretty funny. It's also pretty gay, and that makes any show kind of better, you know? Hattie from NCIS also. I've never really watched NCIS of any kind, like any of the shows. So I've missed all that. I'm painting off camera now, but I can't hold this sword in any other way. So this is just how it's going to be. Fat cat. Is she fat? Perhaps. Coincidentally, that was also my nickname in high school. That's not even true. That's not even true. I became fat in university. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love it. I love painting, honestly. Can I just do this for a living? Can I just paint people's cosplay stuff? Octopus. Let's see if I can get away with doing this entire thing. Ooh, how much paint do I have left? Oh no, actually, I still have quite a lot. I was getting a little bit nervous. I almost threw my water on my computer. What's your favorite animal? Is it an octopus? Are you trying to tell us something, Johan? If this is half as satisfying for you guys as it is for me, then this is the most satisfying stream I've done so far. This is very satisfying. It's getting a bit dark though. I might need to turn the lights on properly. A hedgehog? That's interesting. I wouldn't have pegged you for a hedgehog guy, Johan, but I respect it. They are cute. I almost hit one the other day. I didn't hit it, but I almost hit it. Bro was just in the middle of the road. Guess my favorite animal. I've told you before. Well, now I'm scared. It's Arctic foxes and polar bears. That's all I remember. Fox is Evan's favorite. Oh, polar bear. No, okay, fair enough. But I remember you also specifically. I remember specifically talking about Arctic foxes at some point. Polar bears are really cute, though. So here's a funny story. My favorite animals are not rats, and I did not choose for my viewers to be rats. That was an accident. When I made my Discord server for my fanfics, one of my friends drew like a rat king, a rat with a little crown, a rat king. And they were like, hey, can I post this picture of this rat in every single like channel of your Discord? Every single one, just with no context. Just this one picture of this rat in every single channel on your Discord, with no context. And I was like, sure, go for it. And they did. And after that, everybody jokingly called the server the rat bin, because there were rats everywhere, and and I was the rat king because of that little piece of art they did. And I didn't dislike rats before that, but I also that they weren't really high up on my radar. So I've really come to appreciate rats in the last few years, and now they are really one of my top 5 animals. I've really started to love rats a lot because of this. Just kind of, I'm easily peer pressured, I guess, because pigs also used to be like pretty neutral. Like I didn't dislike pigs, but they also weren't really on my radar. Gorgeous. Look at that beautiful purple color. And now I really, for obvious reasons, I've really started to like pigs. I need the light for a little bit, because then I can see the streaks better. Do you want to guess my actual favorite animal? I actually have several, but... I think one of your favorite animals is cats, Johan. You seem like a cat guy. Okay. Okay. I need to move this really quick. There we go. Okay. There we go. Hey, we finished just about in time. Because it's just about when I said I was gonna end stream. Ferrets are great. Though, you know what's extra funny? I also almost hit a ferret on the road. So maybe, Johan, you need to start telling your favorite animals to not be on the road when I'm driving. Because I sure love to do that, huh? Bro, you act like I drove out of the road to hit the ferret. It was crossing the road in like at 11 p.m. while I was driving. That's not on me. That's simply not on me. Also, I didn't see if anybody was guessing my favorite animal. Nobody did, so that's fine. It was a wolf, but I guess nobody guessed that. Okay. There we go. We finished just about when I wanted to end stream, which is really nice. Now I just need to sand those and then put the varnish on them. Finish my cape. And I'll be all ready for Twitchcon. I'm really happy, actually. I said Bug Boy. Bug Boy is one of my favorite animals. Gapey? Why are you calling me gay? What's wrong with you? And attachments for the arm pieces? Yeah. That's going to be Velcro. Not Velcro. Nylon. Oh, that's how you pronounce gape. 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 I used to be a dolphin kid growing up. I wanted to be a marine biologist. I've kind of grown out of my dolphin phase. I still think they're pretty cool. I'm more of a jellyfish person now. Speaking of artworks, shall we quickly make an alternative artwork here? Oh. It's a rat. It's a rat. You have paint on your left. I have paint everywhere. I need to properly wash off. Hey, yeah, here's your thumbnail. Hold on. There you go. And now I'm gonna throw it out. I need to clean these. And I didn't make as much of a mess as I thought I was going to make, so honestly, 10 out of 10 for me. Thank you all for coming to the little cosplay stream. I'm gonna finish my cosplay one of these days off stream. I'll be back on Thursday to play Inscription. No, now I'm going to go. I'll be back on Thursday to play Inscription. I hope you like looking at my keyboard, my Logitech keyboard. Oh, my QWERTY keyboard. Throw up some gang signs as a goodbye. How about this one? Wait. That one really did it with the kids when I was still in, when I was still working at a daycare. They really liked that one. Or like when you did the butterflies. Anyways, I'm gonna draw fan art of my keyboard. How about you draw fan art of my cosplay that I'll share once it's done? Thank you all for keeping me company. I hope you like this a bit of an unusual stream. A little bit different from our usual content here. There we go. Yeah, we do match. The webcam is set up now. This is the webcam that I got. Is this threatening? Is this threatening to you guys? This is the webcam that I got for Christmas that I now finally have set up. This means that I have no excuse after Twitchcon, and I think I'm gonna try and do it literally the weekend after Twitchcon. I think I'm gonna try and do it literally the weekend after TwitchCon. We are finally doing the charity stream. I am putting on my Technoblade cosplay. I am setting up this webcam to be a proper face cam, and we are doing the charity stream. We are going to play Hypixel in Technoblade cosplay with a face cam. Cause that's a sub goal for ages. And then Celeste after Inscription. And that's the whole reason I got this webcam, was so I could do the face cam. And I've also floated the idea that after I finish the weekend after TwitchCon, So that's going to be probably the 6th or the 7th of June. I'm going to be wearing my Technoblade cosplay and I'm gonna play Hypixel because that was I'm gonna set up a thing so you guys can donate to charity. Because that's 6-7 exactly. Because that's one of the sub goals that you guys hit. And I am floating, no promises, but I am floating the idea, if I have the webcam set up anyways, and since I'm making a cosplay of my little PNG tuber anyways, I am floating the idea of maybe very occasionally, doing a facecam stream in cosplay. I don't think, thank you Len, I don't think I'll ever really be a facecam streamer. I'm not comfortable with that, thank you Bookboy. But maybe for like special occasions, we can do like an actual face cam, but I'll be in the cosplay for my my little Sona guy, my little PNG tuber. So instead of the little PNG tuber in the bottom right corner here, we'll do like a face cam, and it will just be me in my little cosplay. I do not have a red plushie though. Maybe I should make a red plushie. Is that an idea? Maybe I should make a red plushie, then I can fully embody my my Sona. Anyways, thank you all for coming to this pretty atypical stream. I hope you enjoyed. You guys are like so yippee. You'll ship me a red plush? I'll make one. I'll crochet one. Thank you all for coming. I hope you had a pretty you're out of bits. But I hope you guys had a pretty okay time, even though this was the atypical type of content. I hope you have a they're always competing. I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good whatever your time zone is. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for inscription, I guess. Johan has spoken, and we live to please, I guess. Love you guys very, very much. Have a really nice day, night. Mwah!